Hi everyone, here is Akhtar. Welcome back for another hero showcase, and today I want to review Lucifer. So, this is Lucifer. He is a mythic hero, a great choice in my opinion for the first mythic hero you want to take for multiple reasons. But before I show you the reasons, let me introduce him to you. So he is a mythic hero, an attacker from with the Redmark and from the Doom Legion faction. He is really amazing thanks to his passive, because at the beginning of each wave he will be stealth for one turn, and once he is stealth he has 30% more crit rate and 70% crit damages. This is awesome. The more often you will be stealth, the better the damages you will deal. This is amazing. And if you are not stealth, or if you are stealth and you kill a target, you will be stealth one more turn. So this mechanic is very important. He has also very high damages on his ultimate. As you can see, he has 1020% coefficient attack damage on his ultimate, but he will deal also more damages against targets who has a buff or a debuff. So normally every enemies will always have at least one buff or a debuff on them. Maybe not if you steal, sorry, or remove buffs on them, but yeah, it's a great increase. Okay, maybe very often heroes have an attack buff or another attribute buff on them, so or a debuff coming from your team, so it's really important. When you have the third exclusive on him, he becomes very strong in every content in the game, especially in arena, because if you kill a target using this ultimate, this skill, then you will apply 60% death down on every enemy, and this cannot be resisted. It doesn't need effect hit to be applied. So this is important, this is great, and also you will cast one more time this ultimate, this skill, on another random enemy, which means you can kill the first target and kill the second target easier thanks to the death down 60% on him. So this skill is really great. The second skill also have a really high amount of damages, 700% attack damage to a single enemy, and it inflicts feebleness 1 and grants a stealth for 2 turns. That means if you can't kill the target once you are stealth, don't worry, just use this one instead your other skills, so you will keep your stealth status for 2 turns. You will also apply with the first exclusive Feebleness 2 and Severe Wound. Severe Wound is 80% HP recovery reduction. This is great in many contents in the game, and especially against Gwyneth. These effects cannot be resisted, and they don't need to have effect hit on Lucifer, so this is an awesome skill, an awesome exclusive. And his basic attack is also great, because he will deal 3 attacks if he crit on each one, so 3 attacks on one target, but if he kill the target with one of the 3 attacks, he will land the other stages on another enemy. That means if you kill the first target, you will attack 2 times the other target, or 1 time, it depends on the number of stages you dealt on the first target. This can be very great, especially in the advanced arena, because enemies don't have HP buffs, so you will kill them easier than in other content. So if you kill one target, maybe you will kill another one, and maybe you will kill another one, 3 targets in one basic attack, because he deals a very high amount of damages on his basic attack. And once you will have his second exclusive, he will become very strong in every content. He will get an increase, a 15% crit damage increase on each stages of a basic attack. and you won't have the damage reduction you have on the last attack here. This is amazing. It will increase a lot your damages against the guild boss and against other bosses in the game. This is a very great. Every exclusive on this hero are awesome, okay? So now let me show you my stats here. I have a lot of attack. You need at least 70% crit rate to always crit when he is stealth, and you have to maximize his attack and his crit damage. You just need these stats on him, maybe a bit of speed so he can play often, and that's pretty all. In terms of equipment, this is the gear I have. I really recommend you to farm in priority this crit set against Gwyneth. This is amazing. I have great substats here because I farmed a lot this dungeon and I've been very lucky on my pulls. So this is what you want to focus. Some crit rate first. You have to reach the 70% absolutely, and then crit damage and crit rate. I have also a wild set on him, but it's more difficult to get these kind of sets. But this is the best set you can have on him. So I have some crit rate, attack rate, and attack flat. Okay, and then yeah, I don't have 6-star boots because I've not been very lucky yet. But yeah, I have also attack rate, crit rate, and attack flat here, and same for my accessory here. I have some crit damage, some attack rate, and a bit of HP. It's nice. So let's talk about optimize the set on him. You can use attack sets on him. For example, I have this one. If you have a great substats here, you can use an attack set, especially if you have some great crit rate on these sets. It would be nice on him. You can use this one. I really recommend to use it. You can use some crit damage, but same argue than as the first attack set. If you use it, if you have a lot of crit rate in substats, so you will be optimal. Then you can use this one. Is amazing. It's the same as the wild set. It's bringing you some crit rate here, so this is amazing, and also some crit damage. You have to increase then your attack if you have great substat, but in my case I don't have. And finally, this one is the best you can have on him because it will increase a 15% crit rate. This is amazing, and some attack percent. So yeah, this one is the best you can have on him, coupled to this slay set here. Maybe if you have a lot of crit rate on him with the substat, you can use a leech set, a bloodthirsty set. It will be maybe amazing to self-sustain in every content in the game, but I don't recommend to build a leech set because if you have normally a strong support, he will survive thanks to the support, so you want to maximize his damages. He is here to destroy the enemies, so yeah, maximize first his damages. And yeah, in my opinion, this is everything you have to know about the gear for him. Now let's talk about the artifacts. Here you can apply a crit damage one, or an attack one, or a crit rate one. It all depends on the stats you have here. Once you have the 70% crit rate, you can increase both the crit damage and attack. So yeah, you can focus the one you want here. But if you need some crit rate, this is the best way to get some using this first artifact. Then on this artifact, you want to get an attack one, just an attack one. Others are trash here for him. And you want to get some extra attack here, crit damage and crit rate if you need. And finally here, I recommend to use a speed one if you don't have a lot of speed substats on your other gears, because you want him to play often. Not that much speed is needed here, but some speed is great. And one more time, you have to focus substat with attack rate, crit rate, and crit damage. So now let's talk about his emblems. This is what I use on mine. So you want to first take some crit rate here, so it will be easier to get the 70% on him. You want to take this one to increase his damages when he will be full life. This is a great one. This one to deal more damages against heroes with a shield. It's especially strong in arena because you have a lot of enemies with shields. So if you can't remove shields, it will be better to destroy the shield thanks to the high damages from Lucifer. It's also great on the Redmark tower against the boss with the shield because Lucifer is dealing very high amounts of damages, so you can manage to destroy the boss shield instead of remove it, especially if you use Catherine coupled with him, so he will counterattack and destroy more often the shield of the boss. You can use this one, so whenever you will kill a target, you will get an extra damages on the next turn. This is nice because you kill a lot of targets using Lucifer, so this one is great on him. This one is also nice. You will increase his direct damages before the end of the first turn, so he will be more efficient on the first turn. This one is great because you will always have a buff on him. Normally he is stealed by his own, so you will increase his damages. This one is also great if you control an enemy and if you target him, you will deal more damages. You have a lot of heroes that can control enemies like Asindo, Nazil, or Zyra and others. This one is another great one because you will inflict more damages to enemies who has a higher HP than yourself. This one is also nice to increase even more damages against targets with less than 50%, so it can be nice to finish targets. And finally, you want to focus the crit damages here. This is the best you can choose for him. On the defense side, you can increase his defense, so he will be a bit more tanky. The heal he will receive. You want him to restore a bit of health if another ally dies on the battlefield. This is nice. It happens very often, so trust me, this emblem is nice on him. This one is great because he will take less crit damages, so it's great in every content in the game, arena and high stages in dungeons. And finally, this one is also great because maybe on the first turn, if you can survive a Margarita, for example, she will deal more than 25% of your own HP, which means you will heal yourself. And normally, if heroes are correctly optimized, every single DPS will deal more than 25% of your max HP in one attack. Otherwise, that means they are not correctly optimized. Now about his aura, I'm using this one on him because my goal is to kill targets and play very often, the faster as I can. So if I kill a target, he will get 35% up to 45% turn meta. This is great to kill another target in one row, so I really recommend to use this one. But if you don't use this one, maybe you can use this one to increase the crit rate of his basic attack if you don't have enough crit rate on him, but this is not very optimal. Other greens are trash on him. You can use this one if you can't reach the 70% crit rate. This one will be nice. You can increase both your skill 2 and ultimate crit rate, so this one can be nice. Especially if someone steal your stealth. If someone steals your stealth, you will get 30% less crit rate, so this one can help you to increase your chance to land a crit if you are not stealth. But yeah, this is not the best to use on him. Mastery, no. You can use this one on him. He will deal more direct damages and even more against target with control effects on them, so this one is great on him. Others are not nice. if you want him to self-sustain more, you can use this one. So whenever he will land a crit, he will heal a bit depending on the amount of leash he has. Sorry. Speed is not recommended. This one is nice. If you attack enemies under speed down or freeze, you will have more crit rate, but it's not very optimal on him. This one, no, not great. This is the one I'm using. This one is great. You will have more crit damage and more crit rate if you have more than 90% HP. Other puppers, mastery is not great. HP bonus is not great, reduces damages is not great on him, and finally this one is also very nice on him because you will increase your direct damages, and also the direct damages you will deal to the countered mark. He is from the Redmark, so when he attacks the green mark heroes, he is countered, so you will inflict more damages to them, okay? And finally, in terms of legendary auras, this one is not great. This one will inflict a debuff on the enemy, but I don't recommend to use this one on a direct damage DPS. You want to put this aura on a support, so it will help your direct damage dealer to inflict more damages. This one, same story. This one neither, and neither. This one neither. You don't need effect hit on him. This one neither. This one is great. It will increase a lot his direct damages and increase even more against bosses. So this one is great. Maybe so you want to take some leash. And finally, this one is great because he will get a lot of piercing rate and gain more attack when he will have a shield. So now let me show you some content in the arena. Let me show you against maybe this one. Yeah, he has a lot of tanky heroes, so let me show it to you so you will see the high damages he deals on enemies. He is amazing for the arena, especially when you have his third exclusive. So as you can see here, I'm gonna lower the speed. My Elena is gonna remove all the buffs, so my Lucifer plays. He one-shotted this hero, he plays again, and okay, it was Najil. Najil can die in one shot, so he didn't kill him. And now look at the damages with the basic attack. And every enemies have a def down 60% thanks to the third exclusive to Lucifer when he kills a target using his ultimate. Okay. Now he uses his second ability, and yeah, he is dealing a very crazy amount of damages. So let me accelerate the run. Okay, so now he doesn't have any buffs. The Catherine had a consolidation 2 and a shield, so he didn't deal that much. And look at this. Yeah, he deals a very high amount of damages. And now only the Catherine remaining. And normally she will die here, using the basic attack. So yeah, he is, I think in my opinion, one of the best DPS to use in the arena. Okay, so now let's see how it works on Gwyneth. Gwyneth 28. You will see his true potential here thanks to the first exclusive. He is brilliant in this content, very very interesting to beat Gwyneth. So yeah, let's run the fight. It is Gwyneth 28 and let's see how it works. So this team is very strong thanks to multiple reasons. The first one, I'm using Guhana to lower the boss speed by 40%. This is great. I'm also using Huff to apply 50% reduction on the boss, 40% 50% resistance reduction, sorry, so my debuffs will be applied easier on the boss. Melia to deal high HP burning damages, and finally my Lucifer to apply some Silver Wand on the boss, and also Feebleness 2, and to deal a lot of damages. My Catherine here is also very important to apply some great buffs on my heroes, so they can tank more and counter attack. This is important. The counter attack is very important because Lucifer will deal more damages, and my Huff will apply the resistance down very often on the boss. So yeah, here I'm focusing Luna. I don't have 100% win rate on this battle, so in auto, so this is why I'm focusing Luna for the video. So if I can kill her really fast, then the run is normally easier. I can now focus on Gru, and then only the boss will remain. So as you can see, the boss is healing a lot of HP. This is why the first exclusive of Lucifer is mandatory here. But if you don't have Lucifer for this boss, you can play some epic heroes. You have the Chanel, who is great to apply a Silver Wand on the boss. You have also another epic hero, Justy, who is also great. So yeah, there, look at these debuffs. Thanks to my Huff, I have a 50% resistance decrease on the boss. This is amazing. And also some tenacity down 60% and defense down 60%. This is great. And thanks to the effect res decrease by 50%, I will also apply very often the speed down 2 from my Guhana. So this is very important. Decrease the speed of the boss will let you apply more often the debuffs on him, and also the Silver Wand. As you can see, my Guhana has only a 20% effect hit, so yeah, she will apply very often the speed down too, thanks to the resistance down. The boss will have only a 22% resistance thanks to Huff. This is amazing. So now look at the damages. The boss has a lot of debuffs on him. He don't heal that much thanks to Lucifer, only around 800k, and without the Silver Wand he heals more than 3,000. 3 million, sorry. 3 millions and 80k, I think. 300 and 800k. 3 million and 800k, yeah. So yeah, I'm dealing a lot of damages here. The boss is dying. I can tank with my heroes thanks to Catherine buffs and my heals from Guhana. If you don't have Guhana here, you can play Space, okay? It will be the same because you will get some heals, you will decrease the turn meter of the boss, and also you will apply the 40% speed reduction. So Space is a good replacement for Guhana. Catherine is mandatory. Huff is also mandatory, I would say. Maybe if you have more stats on your heroes, you can replace Huff by another debuffer, I don't know. And Melia here, you can replace her by Okmin or another great HP burning hero. So yeah, Gwyneth stage 28 done thanks to my Lucifer. Okay, so now let me show you how Lucifer is great against the guild boss. So this is the guild boss number 4. I run the fight and let's see the damages. You will see, thanks to Huff debuffs on the boss and Catherine counterattack, he will deal a freaking high amount of damages against the boss, okay? So 1 million, it was his second ability, so now he is still stealth, okay? So the boss has the debuffs on him, so now I use the ultimate, but I had a 40% attack down because of the boss debuffs on my Lucifer. Now he isn't stealth anymore. So I want him to be stealth again, so I will use his second ability. And yeah, now let's check the damages because he doesn't have anymore the attack down 40%. Look at this, using only his basic attack, he hits with every hit 650k damages. That's crazy. But this is not the best on him. He will deal a very crazy amount of damages using his ultimate when the boss will have a feebleness 2, defense down 2, and also tenacity down 2, and when he will have attack up 20%, and if he is stealth, okay? So look at these damages. Only 10 turns, 46 million damages. This is great. Okay, so he is dealing more damages here. The goal here is to apply the more debuffs, defensive debuffs on the boss as you can, so my Hoff is doing this, and to get the highest amount of damages on your Lucifer, and to get some buffs on him. A great strat to use Lucifer and to increase his damages is to use Ben Austin, the mythic hero. If you can have him, look at the damages of my Lucifer, he will deal more often his basic attack using Ben Austin, so you will inflict even more damages if you have him, okay? So this is a great combo. Okay, 3 million, did you see that? He just hit 3,100,000 on the boss in one single attack. His ultimate is awesome. Once the boss has every debuffs on him, this is crazy. This is crazy. I love my Lucifer. I love my Lucifer. Okay, so dealing more damages here. And the wave is over. I almost down 100 million on the boss. This is great. Look at Lucifer damages. Okay, so now let me introduce you Lucifer in the Redmark Tower because he is amazing in this content. As you can see, I've done many stages here thanks to him, and if I show you, I used this team, okay? I have Catherine, Redmark, so Lucifer is also great to farm the Redmark and to help increasing maximizing Catherine Redmark's talents, so yeah, this is a great choice. Also, I'm using Huff to lower the defense and tenacity on the boss, and Wim to get more sustain, okay? So let me show it to you on the floor number 24 because there is the boss with the shield here. And okay, I'm gonna use not this team, I'm gonna use my regular team where it is. Redmark, this one. So the waves are very easy to beat, okay? But here what is interesting is the boss fight, just to see if I can destroy the shield of the boss. Because normally, if I remember correctly, you don't have any Redmark epic hero who can remove shield. So this is why it's important, if you don't have the right Redmark legendary heroes, to use one that can deal a very high amount of damages. So yeah, now only the boss remaining. I have the counter attack on Lucifer, so when he has the second exclusive, he will deal a very high amount of damages using his basic attack. So this is very important, and as you can see, using one ultimate, he can destroy the shield of the boss. So yeah, Lucifer is amazing in this content. But can we kill the boss? So yeah, as you can see, the boss took some HP burnings, so he is losing some shield and HP every turn. And yeah, as you can see, I can manage to kill the boss. I don't have to remove the shield, I deal enough damages to destroy it. So Lucifer is great against this boss. I'm not gonna finish the fight because I want to keep my key to deal with a better stage to farm red marks. So that was all for the video. I hoped I convinced you to take a Lucifer, maybe as a first pick or maybe as a second one or a third one. I don't know exactly where you are, if you are a whale or not. So yeah, as usual, if you like the video, please like, comment and subscribe, and then see you in the next one. Bye bye!
Infinite Magicraid. Play to slay.